Hello, and welcome to the WSET Reflections on Learning video for the Student Handbook. The course overview shows that we have 3 sections that you'll be doing, each about 20 minutes. The first is the context, the second part is how to make the video, and then the third part will be about a professional social network that you'll be able to post the video with. The 3 parts are broken into different areas. The first focusing on the academic or the theory. Next we'll be looking at the technical skills, the hands-on, how do you actually make the video. And then the third part you'll be able to apply your learning by sharing the 3 tips to success. At the end of each section, we'll give you an opportunity for a short formative feedback where you'll be able to have that logged, and that will determine the pass or fail for the course. Now we have a number of ways of providing you help and support. Of course, we have a variety of emails that you can use depending on your area of need, being technical or academic. We also have the phone that you can call us up on. But we also have several online resources that are available. One through video support, so if you needed to be talked through some part of the course. And then also we have the online artificial intelligence or virtual assistant. So the first part here, we're looking at our learning outcomes. Each of the courses that WSET offers will start with a type of learning outcome, and then what we'll be doing is mapping that over into what we would call your personal learning outcome. Once you've done that, then what we'll be doing is we'll be analyzing the process that you went through in your journey. So sometimes what you expected was not what you got, and we want to be able to identify that. So finally, you'll be looking at your conclusions and your recommendations, and we want to be able to take that and then decide how is that going to be put into application for work. What personal or organizational plans might impact on strategy or policy. Now, most of the courses that you'll be doing have a type of learning outcome in the beginning, and you can see this in the handbook that we've got. There'll be a chart in the appendix for the handbook which will help you take those specific learning outcomes in the first column and then to help you to create the personal learning outcomes. Whatever evidence that you can find of linking that personal learning outcome, how it was achieved, can then be mapped over to the course learning outcome. This helps you to identify whatever lessons that you learned. One other way that you can help get some evidence, some information about your learning experience will be through notes or a learning journal. So if you kept any type of record of the course, go back, look through those notes, check your learning journal so that that will provide you the extra information to help you with your analysis. One thing we want to point out is the nature of the learning. When we are talking about knowledge, we can also be talking about experiential or tacit knowledge. This comes not necessarily from the books or from abstract reading, but rather from your personal real-world experiences. So take a look at businessdictionary.com for a bit more detailed explanation of what tacit knowledge is in terms of the context of your WSET professional learning experience. Here we're going to ask you to pause the video for a moment and then do this activity. We are asking you to be an active contributor to our learning knowledge by going out and seeing if you can find some other definitions, some other explanations about tacit knowledge that we can contribute to the discussion forum in the WSET online platform. So pause the video now and then come back and we'll start up the next section. Okay, so you've come back now and you've done this activity. We're going to carry on to looking a little bit more about your analysis. We want you to be able to identify not just where you succeeded in your learning experience, but also any obstacles or barriers that you hit. What prevented you from achieving what your outcomes were? So Karl Popper has a way of looking at this type of situation where he calls it error elimination, or the falsification approach. And here what we're doing is we're breaking down the learning process so that we're able to then identify the tips to success that we'll be putting on the video in the next section. Of course, you can also analyze your learning through discussion. So there are a number of different resources online where you might want to go through and have a look at any discussions that you had in your modules, in your courses, and also to discuss with your colleagues what the learning process and outcomes were. So here we're looking at the conclusion section, and what we want to be able to do is identify what lessons did you learn? What recommendations would you make to a manager or the director of the organization? So in the next section, you'll be taking those points and you'll be summarizing them. That will become your script for the video. This will be your 3 tips to success video. Now we'll finish off with our self-assessment. In the first part, which is optional, you may want to think about some possible multiple choice questions that could be asked for the course that you did, that you are reflecting on, that you're analyzing. Here what we'll do is we'll ask you to take that question and provide 3 possible answers, A, B, or C, identifying which one is the correct answer, and then providing us with some feedback. So the 3 steps: name the course, then the question, the correct answer with the feedback. And finally, for this part of the course, what we'll be doing is asking you to go online, or if you have the handbook, you can use in the appendix the quiz question from there. So well done. We've finished the first part, and what we'll ask you to do is get ready to go on to part 2, how to do the hands-on make your own video section. Thanks very much. Bye now.